I had no idea that Angel Reese didn't even bother to show up, did not show up to support her teammates. It was that unimportant, but yet took a victory lap that you won a championship? You got to be joking.
Angel Reese beating her shit. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think to attend. She went to LeBron James's youngest son's high school state championship game. If this championship mattered, she would show up. She could have.
Angel Reese just got exposed, and the internet isn't letting it slide. The so-called championship she's being hyped up for? Turns out she didn't even show up for the playoffs. That's right. While her teammates were out there grinding and battling for the title, Reese was nowhere to be found. But that didn't stop the media from propping her up like she was the MVP of the whole thing.
Reese is a champion in the unrivaled that virtually no one watched. People immediately took to social media and Twitter and started posting, look at what Angel Reese has accomplished. She has a national championship at LSU. She was the rebounding queen of the WNBA. Now she has a championship in the unrivaled, and she's Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, what an accomplishment.
So the real question is this truly a championship worth celebrating, or just another example of the media pushing a narrative that doesn't match reality? Let's dive in.
Angel Reese, 3-on-3, full season highlights. Let's go! This is my MVP, everybody, right here. Didn't win it, but she should have. Bang! Did, however, win Defensive Player of the Year. I would have given it to the rim. Bang! Best plays from the best player on this account only, right here. Bang! Oh yeah, you gotta see this one. This is a personal favorite. Hand-eye coordination, the footwork. Bang! Another fan favorite, wide open. Bang! Greatest to ever get their shot blocked, right here.
The unrivaled league was supposed to be a fresh, game-changing take on women's basketball, something new and exciting.
Reese was a member of the Rose. They won the inaugural unrivaled championship last night.
I guess if you want to take a victory lap on that, you can. I just don't know if it means anything.
Let's be honest. Almost no one was paying attention. The so-called championship Angel Reese won wasn't even real 5-on-5 basketball. It was a 3-on-3 tournament, a format that already struggles to capture the interest of serious basketball fans.
Important this championship was to Angel Reese. Angel Reese didn't even attend the game. She was not in the building.
But of course, the media wasted no time hyping it up like it was on par with an NCAA title or a WNBA championship.
Man, these athletes, they make themselves look worse and worse and worse all the time.
Reese's team, the Rose, faced off against Vinyl in the final game. A matchup that, let's be real, nobody was talking about. Unlike real professional leagues with millions of viewers and real stakes, this tournament came and went with barely a whisper. Even ESPN, despite its attempts to provide coverage, couldn't make it feel like a big deal.
That was more important than being at the location, being with her teammates.
Why is it just women's basketball where we see athletes acting like?
The only reason people are talking about this now is because of the hilarious controversy surrounding Angel Reese's so-called championship moment. And here's the kicker. She wasn't even there. While her teammates fought for the title, Reese was MIA, missing not just the championship game, but the last 2 games of the playoffs. That didn't stop her from acting like she had carried the team, despite not being there to support or contribute. She literally FaceTimed into the post-game celebration.
Her team achieved this remarkable accomplishment. Angel Reese was so thrilled, she FaceTimed in press conference and celebration. That's how big this unrivaled championship.
If this were truly a major career achievement for her, wouldn't she have actually, played in the game? Imagine Caitlin Clark, Aja Wilson, or Brianna Stewart missing a championship game and still expecting to be celebrated as if they had done something. Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
ESPN covered this championship. Chelsea Gray scored 30-some-odd points last night in the championship game. This championship that Angel Reese has added to her trophy case that she didn't even play in the last 2.
But of course, social media quickly jumped in to protect Reese's narrative. Her supporters flooded Twitter with posts calling her a champion, listing all her past accomplishments, as if this random 3-on-3 tournament win held the same weight as her LSU title or her WNBA stats.
Fan favorite, Britt, the touch and finesse. Beautiful. And then her grace. All my lady listeners, if she can do this, I believe in your chances. Never give up. Never! She is my MVP. I want to reiterate. Best jumper I've ever seen. She leaps out of a gym. The relentless motor on her. She won't stop missing. Has the drive to miss baskets quite like her. Shot number 2. Bang! One more time. Last one!
But let's be real. This is pure manufactured hype. If this win actually mattered, Reese would have been on the court leading her team, not sitting at home FaceTiming like a fan. The truth is, the media is desperate to turn her into a superstar, even when the facts don't support it. And when you take a closer look, it's clear that this championship is more smoke and mirrors than a real accomplishment.
She fought so much of this championship that she's I don't want to diminish the greatness of this championship by attending the game and rooting on my teammates. So I'll FaceTime in. No one wanted a 3-on-3 full-court women's basketball league, and no one paid attention to this. Let's put together a social media campaign and let's pretend like Angel Reese just accomplished something. And
this isn't the first time we've seen the media bend over backward to push Angel Reese as the face of women's basketball. The unrivaled league championship is just the latest example of them forcing a narrative that doesn't hold up, especially since the tournament barely made a dent in the sports world. Yet ESPN and other media outlets jumped on it, plastering Reese's name all over headlines despite her not playing in the final 2 games.
We're going to build up this narrative that Angel Reese is one of the great athletes of our lifetime. She's right there with Steph Curry, and she's right there with LeBron James. She's right there with Kevin Durant. She's got a championship at LSU, and now she has a championship in the unrivaled.
Think about that for a second. A player skips the most important games of a championship, yet they're still getting credit as if they were a key part of the team's success. In any other sport, if a player sits out for the deciding game, they don't receive the same level of respect as those who actually played. But when it comes to Angel Reese, the media is willing to rewrite the rules. And let's not pretend this was some elite-level tournament with top-tier competition. This was a brand-new 3-on-3 league with barely any star power. The biggest names in the WNBA, Aja Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and Caitlin Clark, weren't even in it. Even Sabrina Ionescu, who was originally involved, backed out early. Why? Because they know this isn't real professional basketball. The best players don't see it as worth their time.
Rush to social media and pretend that you care more about the unrivaled league than Angel Reese.
Angel Reese just found herself at the center of one of the most embarrassing championship celebrations ever. The so-called unrivaled league title she's been bragging about. Turns out she didn't even step foot on the court for the final 2 games. That's right. While her teammates were out there competing for the trophy, Reese was nowhere to be found. But that didn't stop the media hype train from acting like she had just pulled off the greatest championship run in basketball history.
Go Reese! 3-on-3, part 13, let's get out! Classic long 2. Bang! PSA, no rims or backboards were harmed during the filming of this video. Viewers are encouraged to look away. Bang! What? Bang! I heard her say that she might sit out if the WNBA doesn't pay her what she deserves. Say $1 million for every missed layup is fair. Bang!
Or step petting queen properly. Fair wages for all. I repeat, fair wages.
Remember, they're coming to see her. Long 2, butter pecan. Bang!
Now let's ask the real question. Is this even a title worth celebrating, or just another case of Reese getting credit she didn't earn? Let's break down the details and expose just how ridiculous this situation really is. Of course, social media wasted no time spinning the story. Reese's fans flooded Twitter with posts calling her a champion, listing this so-called title alongside her LSU championship and WNBA rebounding stats as if they were all equally meaningful. But let's be real, this is nothing more than an inflated narrative. If this championship truly mattered, Reese would have been on the court leading her team, proving she deserved the spotlight. Instead, she phoned it in, literally.
Understand how the WNBA won't have enough money to pay her. I mean, max contract. We're talking about Curry land. We're talking about LeBron. I mean, she brings all the eyeballs. She's so skilled. She does everything perfectly. I mean, she can dunk too. Look at that.
Flex, listen to me. If the WNBA won't pay her, you better. Comedy special, man. She's hilarious.
Who else can do the hop, skippity, drop, step, bang better than her? Bang! Bang!
What's even funnier, the Rose actually played better without her in the championship game. Chelsea Gray stepped up and delivered an incredible performance, and some fans even pointed out that the team looked more cohesive and fluid once Reese was out of the lineup. That's the uncomfortable truth the media doesn't want to acknowledge. Instead of admitting that Reese's absence didn't hurt the team, they kept pushing the illusion that she was the heart and soul of this victory. But then came the most absurd part, Reese herself feeding into the hype. After the game, she took to Twitter, posting cryptic messages like, "What y'all gonna say now?" As if she had just silenced her critics. But what exactly was she proving? That a team she wasn't even on the court for could win without her? That FaceTiming into a post-game celebration is now the same as actually competing?
This championship game was so unimportant. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch from home. I'll watch this stream from home, and I'll FaceTime in if we win.
This league has got to figure out a way to honor Angel Reese in all this.
This moment highlights the ongoing issue with how Angel Reese is marketed. Instead of letting her actual play define her, the media and her fans constantly try to inflate her legacy with artificial accomplishments. If she truly wants to be seen as an all-time great, she needs to prove it on the court, not through Twitter posts, not through media hype, and definitely not by claiming a championship she didn't earn.
Have to sit through the fake importance of double-doubles all over again? Question mark? Oh, nobody gets hollow double-doubles like you, girl, Angel.
So here's the real question. How much longer can this illusion last? At some point, reality has to catch up with the narrative. The media can only push this superstar label for so long before people start seeing the truth. Angel Reese isn't the dominant force they're making her out to be, and this latest so-called championship only proves it.
To the W very well because free throws only count for one.
Think about how real superstars are treated. When players like LeBron James, Steph Curry, or Breanna Stewart win championships, it's because they actually hold up their teams to victory. They were on the court, making game-winning plays and proving why they were the best. But Reese sat out the most important moment of the tournament. Yet somehow, the media still made her the headline.
12 rebounds per game, how many of which were her own missed putbacks?
Now, compare this situation to true competitors. Take Caitlin Clark, for example. Every time she plays, she's under a microscope. Every shot, assist, win, or loss is dissected. If she had missed a championship game, no one would be calling her a champion. They'd be questioning why she wasn't there. The same goes for A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, or any other top-tier player. The expectation is clear. If you want to be considered a champion, you have to earn it. But for Reese, the rules seem different. Instead of demanding that she prove herself, the media keeps making excuses. They refuse to acknowledge that her team didn't need her to win. They ignore the fact that she contributed nothing to the championship run. Instead, they hand her another undeserved accolade and act like it's legitimate.